Yo guys, what is up, and welcome back to a brand new video here today on the channel. Today, we're going to be pond topping some of these tiny little ponds in the hopes of getting on some big summer bass. Let's get right into it. That was a dime right there. There's got to be something in that corner. Yep, I knew it. Got him, ready? There we go. Doesn't seem like a giant, but just a little guy. First one of the day. What is this? Is this a bluegill? Yeah, that is a green sunfish. Wow. Was not expecting that for the first catch of the day. I mean, pretty cool. That's a nice, healthy green sunfish right there. Green sunfish have slightly bigger mouths than your normal bluegill or pumpkin seed. That's why they're much easier to hook on bass gear. Wasn't necessarily expecting that for the first fish of the day, but I will take it. Number one, let's get him back. All right, guys, first fish of the day. I'll take it. Not necessarily the target species, but still a cool little fish. Let's get a nice little release on this guy. Come on, buddy. There he goes. Well, I knew there was going to be a fish in that spot. I made a perfect little cast right over into the corner, right under a little overhanging tree. Of course, did not take very long. Not a bass, but that is number one. We're kind of back at a spot that I haven't been to in quite some time. This is the first tiny little pond, and there are a ton of tiny little ponds kind of surrounding me around this area. So if we can't find them here, then we could hopefully find them in some of those other ones. But that is number one. Just throwing super finesse little wacky rig here. Googan baits, drag and drop. It's decent topwater conditions right now, so I do have a buzzbait tied on that I've been kind of periodically throwing around. And we could get on some big fish today, but there's number one. Let's get back in there. Oh my gosh. Yep. I knew it. That was another great cast. There's another fish on it. Same exact spot. Come on, take it. Yep. Got him. There we go. Oh, he's going into the grass. What is this? I gotta keep him out. What is this? It's fighting a bit harder. What is this? Another green sunfish. Well, that spot seems to be loaded with some green sunfish. And that one's about the same size, maybe slightly bigger. I mean, I'll take it. Again, not the target species, but still a cool little fish. Skipped it right underneath that overhanging tree. And of course, we've got number two. Let's get him back. All right, number two. Again, a cool little fish. I'll take it. There we go. There he goes. As I said, there are a few other ponds here. So if it does seem like there's a bunch of green sunfish coming out here, there are a ton of ponds around this area that I can go to and maybe get on some bigger fish, maybe get on some bass. I'm not too worried. That's just a couple fish in really only a couple casts. And of course, like I said, there are some big bass in this pond that I have caught. Let's get back in there. There's fish. Got one. There we go. It's a decent fish too. Absolutely killed that topwater buzzbait. It's a decent fish. Wow, he's digging. He is digging. That's a nice fish. There we go. Finally, got a nice little bass. Killed it. Let's see if I can't flip him up here. There we go. It's not a giant. That's exactly what we wanted on the buzzbait. Just came over to this other little pond. This is kind of the main pond, and he just popped right off. It's probably a solid 2-pounder. Nothing too big, but absolutely killed it. Kind of horsed that guy in. Probably should have kind of fought him a little bit better, but luckily we got him in. He's got a decently small little mouth, but that's a chunky, pretty long fish. That is number three on the day. First bass, and it's a nice one. Let's get him back. All right, guys, that is bass number one of the day. Fish number three, but I'll take it. Cool little eat on that buzzbait. Absolutely just slurped it under. Took a few casts right in that same spot before this guy took it. Let's get him back. Let's get a nice little release on this guy. There he goes. That was so sick. I would just cast it in that same spot maybe 4 or 5 different times. And of course, on that cast he ate it. This is just a little Googan Baits Hummer, a little buzzbait here, Saucy Swimmer trailer on that, and 3/8 ounce. That's what he absolutely destroyed. This is one of my favorite baits for the summer. If I'm fishing a pond with a ton of grass on top, obviously the frog is the move, but anywhere with a bunch of open water, like this pond, the buzzbait, especially in overcast conditions, cool conditions. It's not even too early in the morning, but it's pretty cool, overcast. That is what they're gonna be eating. Nice fish. Let's get back in there. That is number 3. All right, guys, so as I said, that was, this is pond number 2 of the day. So this is a slightly different pond. This is kind of the main pond, the biggest pond. This is the pond that most people fish when they come to this area, at least I think. And it's a pretty good pond. There are some big fish. Obviously, that was a nice little fish right there on the buzzbait, but there are a ton more ponds around this area. I'm definitely gonna keep fishing this because there are obviously some biting fish in here, and I know that there's some giants that live in this pond as well. So we're gonna kind of keep walking around this pond, and we're also gonna come to some different ponds as well. That's why this is kind of a pure pond hopping video, but kind of just walking through the trails here, finding whatever bodies of water I can, and pretty much just throwing the buzzbait, the wacky rig, and the swim jig. So let's get on some more fish. Oh, what was that? Some just tried to eat it right there. Was not paying attention at all. Oh my God, it's a bass. It was a bass that tried to take it. He tried to take it again. It wasn't a giant, but it was still a nice fish. I wasn't paying attention for a second. I was reeling it in right at my feet. Something tried to take it. I literally cast it back in there, and the bass came up for it, pretty much in a figure 8. There could totally be a fish here too. It's a good little spot for a fish to hang out. Oh my God, he's got it. He still has it? Yeah, he still got it. Got him. Oh my God, oh! What was that fish? That was a decent fish too. He came off. Dang. Came over just to this. This is the 3rd pond of the day that we're fishing. There's a ton of grass on top. I can still sort of get my lure through the grass. I might throw on a topwater frog to go over top of it. That was a nice little fish. I have fished this pond once before at this little spot. It's a little further away, and there's a ton of grass. I've caught some bass out of it, so I know there are fish, and that seemed like a decent little fish if I hadn't lost them. I mean, there are not too many access points for this pond. There's a few just kind of right up along the bank. The rest of it's kind of too wooded, but dang, seemed like a good fish too. Anyway, let's get back in there. That was a dime. Get it up. Oh, there's a fish. Got one, got one. Nice fish. Nice little fish. Killed it. I knew there had to be some good fish in here. Good little fish. Oh no, he popped off. Dang it. That was a good little fish on the buzzbait. This pond looks so good. This is pond number 4 of the day. And this is the first one that I've never fished before. It was not a giant. It was probably a little bit smaller than that first one, but that's what we needed. It started to rain. We're kind of in this secluded pond that I can kind of stand under these overhanging trees. That was, what, maybe 3-4 casts in? We got that fish. Dang. Not a giant, a good fish. I don't know how he came off. That would have been perfect for this little mission. Oh, there's a bass right there. And I cast, oh, he ate it. He ate it. Take it, take it, take it. He's gotta have it now. Yup, no way. Oh, he came off. No. No way. I was watching some bluegill up shallow that were kind of fighting over something that was in the water. And of course, a little bass came out right next to him. I pitched in, ate it. Oh, something has it. Something has my bait right now. Wonder if this is the same fish. I'm gonna let him eat it for a minute. Dropped it. He dropped it. Yep, he's got it now. He's got it now. He's gotta have it. No! What is that fish? Is that the bass or what is that? There's definitely a bass right there. He came over, I saw him eat it the first time. Just absolutely cranked it. Not a very big bass, but came right up to it and ate it. Let's see if I can't hook him. I mean, it was not a big fish, but it was definitely at least big enough to catch. Couple lost fish here. There's a fish. Yep, there's a fish. I'm gonna let this one eat it. He is running with it. He is running with it. All right, this fish has gotta have it now. He has gotta have it. Yep, I got him. What is this? Is this a little bass? Yeah, I think it is. There he is. That's so cool. This is probably the same fish. It's just a little guy, but he's got some nice colors on him. That is bass number 2 on the day. Oh my gosh. He's actually got some really nice colors. Perfect little fish. Pale, nice lateral line. And number 2 on the day. Took me a few tries, but I got him. All right, well, definitely not the size we were looking for, but I'll take it. That is bass number 2. I think that is fish number 4. I'll take it. Let's get this guy back. I think that's the same little fish that I saw up shallow. Just a little tiny guy, but I mean, I'll take it. That is just on the little slim shake worm here. Switched up from that dragon drop to something just a slightly bigger presentation and watermelon red flake color. All right, guys, that's gonna about do it for today's video. I know it's a little bit of an abrupt end, but we fished a total of 4 ponds, caught a total of 4 fish. Not the best ratio, not the best day of fishing that I've ever had. Not necessarily what I was hoping for, but still a good little day out on the water. We pond hopped, we fished a couple ponds that I've never fished before. We got on 2 green sunfish, a nice little bass there, a little 2-pounder, and of course that last little bass right at the end there. We also did lose a few other bass, which would have been nice to catch those, but hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure you comment down below. What do you guys want to see next? You want to see me come back to these ponds, maybe fish a few of the other ponds that I didn't get to fish, since there are a ton of ponds around this area, and maybe catch some bigger fish, try to really focus on catching some of those big bass out of these ponds. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Be sure to subscribe.